Hey guys, I'm on my way to set up a system for a DJ gig this weekend. Gonna have out some JBL line arrays, some dual 18s, cardioid subs. Should be interesting.
To us what we're doing, Matt?
All right, so we were watching the amp meters back there as we were just doing a quick system test, and one of the sides of our 30 amp circuit, well, just total, because we're doing 240 to our distro, we were pulling a good bit over 30 amps. We can't continuously do that. We can peak there every now and then and still be safe, but we were consistently over 40, which is a problem. So each of those PLX 3402 amps, there's 2 of them in there and then another 3000. Each of those amps are capable of pulling up to 15 amps a piece. And I think whenever we wired it all in initially, one of those is on the same circuit as one of the other ones on the side of our distro. So we're good to go, and we're gonna run a fresh 120 volt cable from our 100 amp distro to eliminate that problem. I think this is heavy enough gauge for you.
I think that'll do it.
This is some big stuff here, buddy. No small extension cords are allowed around here.
Give you guys a little tour of our backstage rack.
So it's feeding subs, drive rack, splitting out 2 outputs from subs, tops, sub amps. DJ's rack, we're not using his drive rack, we're using his MR12. Our distro we built. We're pulling a little less than 12 amps on one side, and never over 8 on the other one now. Backside's kind of a mess. Everything's on speaker, this patch panel left and right out of the mixer.
And I'll take you over here and show you power. We have 3-phase here. We're coming out of a 100 amp breaker. We're cam locked into 100 amp distro.
Our distro runs off a 30 amp L1430. Then some of these are just feeding up to lights and stuff.
That's pretty nice on the unit. JBL VRX 932s for tops. We got 6 carbon LS 1802s. We ended up not doing cardioid. It just wasn't working very well in this room. It sounded great out here. We got those time delayed with our tops. We got an EV ZLX 12 for his monitor.
That's all lighting guys stuff.
I don't do lighting.
Light board, DJ's decks.
This is where I'm going to be set up for system tech after a while. Just going to run the wireless to that drive rack into the mixer. Shouldn't have to do a whole lot. Just make adjustments, make sure nothing gets out of hand.
Turn the audio from the video down here so I don't get copyrighted, but this is showing the crossovers. We had subs and tops crossed at 78 Hertz. Here's parametric EQ on the 932s. They're so harsh in the upper mid-range. EQ on the subs, just a little cut at 80 because of the box resonance. Limiter so the DJ doesn't push us too hard. Protect the amps, protect the subs. Time delay, line the tops and the subs up. And then here's a video from the MR18, and we just had two inputs from the DJ's decks, and we had a DJ mic. The only other thing worth mentioning, we had the stereo combinator multiband compressor on the DJ deck channels, and just a de-esser, compressor, EQ on his mic. Guys, so I'm back in my studio. I got Open Sound Meter pulled up to show you guys what we did the other day. These three traces are our subs, yellow and green, and our top VRXs are the red. Coherence in this data is not great, but for the data I'm using, it's acceptable. Our impulses lined up. Wasn't too worried about using this to EQ the system. RTA, magnitude, and then turn coherence off. So yeah, I'm not really trusting this EQ curve. However, all I really wanted was to get our time alignment on our tops and our subs. And you can see right here in the crossover region, these lined up pretty well. We had to delay the tops by 1.3 milliseconds. The mid subs and the outside subs track really close. The only variance here is in the amps. We started off, here's the full system. Huge bump in the low end. It's a DJ show. This is my normal trace for a live band target I would shoot for. This is why we were pulling 30 amps on subs. I'm in East Focus 3. I want to show you the design I made of this before we went. This is the gym we were in. It's 100 foot deep, 120 foot wide. Here's the dance floor. It's 52 foot wide, 78 foot deep. So you can see the sub coverage we're looking at. It covers the dance floor region really well. We've got some rejection out here, we don't need it. Now we did plan on doing cardioid to keep it off of this area here, and it just didn't work out, and we really didn't have time to go through a lot of troubleshooting. These lobes are fine, they're not hurting anything. With a little bit of arc and time delay, sure we could have got rid of these, but it's a high school prom gig. It's not that big of a production. This worked out great. I'm going to put a link in the description and a link to Matt's channel. He took some video of this event as well, and he's got some video of us getting the system tuned and aligned with Open Sound Meter, taking the measurements, so make sure you check that out. So I think that's pretty much going to wrap this video up. I'm going to try to start making more videos showing my designs and tuning, alignment, stuff like that. So if you guys are interested in seeing that, leave me a comment. Tell me what you want to see. Thanks for watching.